Hello. Stopping nuts from saying first. You just said first. Hello, Daily Delphox. Good to see you around. I fixed a nasty bug today where Mario was allowed to just move through walls. It was pretty damn bad, but it's fixed. The whole bug was like a floating point error with walls. Yes, that was also the Wario clipping bug. But it was especially bad in Koopa Wave Cove, where you could routinely gain a lot of speed. See? No clip. Cooked? We're cooked. That's a scary noise to just hear randomly. Today we're gonna continue on part 3. I wonder, can you skip it without gaining crazy velocity? You can do that. So many ways into the zoo. What's part 3? This is part 3 of the overworld, not the crib. This is for something else. I'm gonna keep this file open. That is a cute crib though, isn't it? This is for course 9. Off stream right now I'm working on making course 9 ready for a beta test. Part 3 refers to part 3 of the overworld, which is the one where the zoo is. Any OST wishes today? You know what they should do? They should reset Yu-Gi-Oh to 2004 and then make the game again, but this time don't go off rails. You should make a video game about that. Dude, there's so much potential for a Yu-Gi-Oh video game. Imagine a Yu-Gi-Oh game, but like it works like the Pokemon games where you collect cards, but like, you know, you collect cards instead of Pokemon. I don't want to listen to just one song, but we can put on the FF13 OST. It's taking a little bit to load. See, what's next for part 3? Oh, the Lighthouse. We gotta do the Lighthouse next. I don't know shift in reality event, but ever since my brother watched Yu-Gi-Oh earlier this year, I've been seeing people talk about it every day. How? See, okay, there's a good reason I talked about it. So I was recording my next video earlier, or my next video. I have 2 videos in advance prepared. And in that, I talk about language learning, because that's the sponsor. And you know the way I learned English? I had some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that were English, so I couldn't know what they do. But then I had other cards that were in German and English, so I could compare the words between the German and English cards and infer what the only English card does. That's why I'm thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh. Hello, Fazak. This is loud as fuck. It's crazy. Well, I didn't always get it right. I remember Drilago I had trouble with. Drilago's effect is if every face-up card your opponent controls has 1,600 or more attack, you can attack directly. Or it's maybe something like if your opponent only controls face-up cards with 1,600 or more, you can attack directly. I'm actually not sure which one of the two effects it is. But I remember that threw me off as a kid. So part 4 would be next, which is this part here with the mirror. But there is a lighthouse here that we need to finish part 3. You know the coolest part about this? Look, after you go through part 3, and you end up back here. It's like a circle. You look at the world map, you start over here, and you go through here, go through here, go through the cave, and then you're back here. But now you're all the way up, and there's gonna be a spool here that you kick down, and then after you kick it down... Yeah, there's gonna be no warps in the final game. It's all just gonna be actually an open world. But what we need to think about now is actually the lighthouse here. Because I wanted the player to like go into the lighthouse and activate the lighthouse. Well, there are technically loading zones, but you're not gonna see them. Like you're gonna go here, and then instead of that happening, you're just gonna see the game like stutter for a frame or two. Yeah. So there's 15 parts of Overworld in total. See how it all just goes on forever? And then later you're gonna be able to go up here. Whoa! That's a problem. I guess I fucked this up. Makes sense, actually. I wouldn't say it's preloading the area, but like, there's gonna be no warp transition. Loading times in Mario 64 are really short, so you're not really gonna notice. Here's another crazy connection that I haven't put in yet! Oh no! Anyway, that would lead to up there, where the star is. Yeah, the floor is supposed to exist, but it's fine, it doesn't right now. Yeah, I guess I forgot to put the swap. Anyway, we need to think about something for the lighthouse. I actually kind of fucked this up. It's a nice lighthouse shape, right? Does it even work? So what's gonna happen is you're gonna go into the lighthouse, and you hit a switch, and after you hit a switch, the top of the lighthouse turns. So initially the light like goes maybe to this direction here, or maybe into the inside of the island, but then after you hit the switch, the light is gonna turn, and it's gonna point at the ship here, and you're gonna be able to see the ship. So yeah, we need a shape that we can actually rotate here. And I think what I made there does not work. Maybe this is good? Something like this? With like a fence around it. How would the light look like? I guess I should ask that question. You know what, why don't I just Google Lighthouse? Hello, Graham. Ah. It's like window. Oh, this is nice. I want this. Yeah. Thanks, Blender. Just doing your game pitch to a publisher? Nice! I hope that goes well. Also, I think I know the reason Bioback hasn't been around much. I think he's working on a different project right now, which is totally fine. Oh, you were in Game Dev Daily, Delphox? I knew you were into like 3D art, but I didn't know you were making games. Hello, Excellent Gamer. Yep, I felt like doing another stream. Lucky you. RPG, Metroidvania RPG in the semester to Square Saga. Oh, okay. I thought you did 3D art even. An art test starting tomorrow? What is an art test? I think Zaina had to do something like that, kinda. They were giving her like a model and she had to clean it up. That I secretly helped her, so she got hired. I guess I'm just kinda goated. Hello, Piculus. Wow, what the fuck? Something seems wrong here. Okay, I just created them wrong the first time around. Okay. Okay, calm down. Yeah, that's kinda nice. This is a movement I've just been trying to rush to... Oh, I see. Makes sense. Definitely always nice to have like a working build first. I feel the same way. Once I have like You know, right now what I'm doing is I'm getting like a rough first version of my levels done, getting them beta tested, and then polishing them up as we go. And that feels a lot better, development-wise. You're the first one that doesn't make a pickle joke, Case. I fucking love you. Your name is literally Pickleless. Like, you know, the pickle is like the last thing we should talk about. That's like the one thing missing from your name. What you mean? It's like when you tell someone don't think of an elephant and they think of an elephant. Like, this is the one thing I told you not to do. Use the Fed Yoshi I made for you. I'm gonna use it, but I have not imported it in game yet. That is way later down the road. There's gonna be like 1 or 2 months at least before I get to that. True, Daily Delphox. Have you gotten beta testers yet? I find that the more you test, the quicker you can improve your game. Like, it's crazy how valuable testers are. But I get that testers are hard to find if you are not already, like, famous. I very much have an advantage in that regard. Hello, Marionette. See, what I do right now is I isolate individual levels into a test ROM, and then I send the test ROM to just one person. And use their feedback to improve the game. And I find that's very useful. Well, this is the worst texture imaginable, but the UV map works. Thanks, I don't think I was like something of something. It's terrible. Simon says, don't think of an elephant. Ah, you all lose. That's for the Lighthouse, an entire level inside of it, it's just all puzzle. The Lighthouse has a switch you press to turn the light, and the light shines at a very foggy area, and once you shine the light at the foggy area, you can move through it without being warped out. So the plan is for this to unlock a level. Sanitizer is a little blurry. I could paint you a new tiling texture. That would be great. Although I will say that what you see right now is definitely not planned to be final. This is awful. But if you were to make a better Lighthouse texture, that would be awesome. I actually tried to make like a reflective texture, which maybe I can show you real quick what that is supposed to look like. This is actually the sickest effect ever. You're gonna be very wowed by this. Wait, it broke? No, I broke it! Oh, I broke it somehow. I don't know how I broke it, but I did. You see the building here? How there's like... Ugh. There was a blue texture on it, now it's gone. There were like highlights on it. I just broke them somewhat. There's blue. That highlight usually moves, and it looks like a reflection, but something broke it, so I can't show you. Dang. Yeah, I don't know that yet, Picalos. The problem is that that would be very time consuming, and I don't know how much time I'm gonna have in the future. I would like to do it. Yeah, I'm trying to have an overworld that feels very connected. So having a puzzle on one part that unlocks something in a different part is just what I want. Programming is the process of suffering. If you're not suffering, then you're not programming. Maybe it's fun at the beginning, but don't worry, it's all suffering. Soon enough. Yeah, 3D collision is very difficult, so almost every time I fix a bug with the 3D collision, I also introduce one. That just is the way it is. That is absolutely not what it looks like. What? That's just not what my thing looks like. What the fuck is being rendered here? Huh? Why is this happening? Is it keeping that? But this is not what it looks like. This is nonsense. Let me export it in-game. It's gonna look completely different. Hello, Nathan. Oh, it's still not exported. No, it's taking forever. There we go. Let's see what this actually looks like in-game. Well, it definitely looks nothing like that. What the fuck? What's going on? Huh? How? Hello, Asku. These are normal vertex color values. This genuinely makes 0 sense. What's this linear zone allocation? What do you mean by that? You mean like memory allocation, where it's like you have a start pointer, and when you wanna allocate data, you just add that amount of bytes to the start pointer? Because yes, it does that. Well, actually, I wrote my own allocator. My allocator does something similar to that. The original one also stores like block sizes and how much to deallocate if you wanted to deallocate it. But I simply do not allow deallocation because that's a useless feature. Okay, now it just works. See how it looks completely different? Hmm. This is kind of what I wanted. Where it's like glassy, but also there's a thing here. But the top of my reference lighthouse is also just black, so fuck it, we'll do that, I guess. Oh no, I like the frame looking intricate. I think that works for the top of the lighthouse. Now for the inside of the lighthouse. Do we really want to do much with it is the question. I'm thinking the inside of the lighthouse should be simple, just like one room, nothing else. One naked bare ass room. Yeah, I just didn't set a warp here. Huh. Interesting. Let's do that right now. This is part 6, part 7? 8. Where is it? Part 6, underwater cave system. Okay, 3 is the indicator for start, 2 is the area indicator. So we need 3, 6 over here. Floor dungeon, like the Paper Mario thing. Nah. I'm thinking nah. Why did it move? What the hell? That was weird. Let's do the direction again. Then we need a warp out in this direction here. We should go to area 6. Bonjour, unplatin comprehensible. And it is a very incomprehensible name. Congratulations. Getting the Lighthouse dungeon, a grand theme of light and darkness, and put a moth race inside was We're not doing all that. I wanna be done with the game at some point. We can't scope creep it any further, please. You're gonna hard mode? Probably not. I don't think hard mode is meaningful in Mario 64. In Mario 64, you kind of make your own difficulty. Hard mode is when you want to play more risky. Use snapscaps for cutscenes? Yes. Hello, Yoshi Party. Might have been a while. Hello, Big C. Okay, this way works. That way works too. Don't worry about those graphical errors. They don't mean anything. Anyway, let's think about the inside of the lighthouse. God, I hope Graham makes a new texture for the lighthouse. Look how ugly that looks right now. Black. So we're gonna put like a lamp here that's just gonna go a random direction. And then once you turn it, it's gonna show up in the correct overworld. Challenge. Why does Yu-Gi-Oh? The reason for that is extremely complicated. I thought it was a fast 64 as well the first time I saw it. But no, that's actually just an engine limitation. Of course, we are going to prevent the player from doing this in the final version. It's just a bug, don't worry about it. Like I said, hopefully Graham makes a new texture, because this one looks awful. Anyway, I don't know if I want to do a whole platforming section for the insides. What if there was just like a control panel and the switch, and you press the switch? Maybe if we want to go a little hard on it. Do we really want there to be more than that? If there's a platforming section, how do we make it interesting? I don't really see a way. Does it need to do that? Isn't it good enough if this just opens the next level? Is it memorable enough if it just opens the next level? Like, will you press the button and then forget that it opened the level? Maybe there should be a little challenge just for the player to feel like they have achieved something. Honestly, that might be important. Otherwise the player might forget that they actually just did something. That's my one worry. That's kind of a nice entrance. I think we'll copy something like that. Put TikTok clock inside the lighthouse, just the entirety of TikTok clock for no reason. I'm a little worried that we're gonna have a repeat of the last Impact Lighthouse, which sucked. Because the camera was so tight. We could have a platforming challenge with the camera just locked into the middle. Honestly, that kind of works. That might not be awful. Ugh. Maybe just have to be one big wall jump to the top. Honestly? Yeah. Well, we could actually just have the entire Lighthouse themed around wall jumps. Let's do that. We don't really have a wall jump level. Fuck it. This will be the wall jump level. This feels dirty, but I kinda have to do that. Ugh. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna feel bad about doing it. Damn, you hate Mario Star Road? I have met Mario Star Road haters before, but I find that usually when people hate Mario Star Road, it's like rationalized hatred. You know, it's like they look at the hack and they like, this should not be good. As in, this is so old, this was made with outdated tools, this is low poly, this is less effort than some of the current hacks. This should not be good. And then like that's how they rationalize not liking it. I've met actually a lot of people like that. Probably at least 3 or 4. It's kind of surprising. Or they're like, well, Scalox is kind of a piece of shit, so that's why I should hate this. That also happens. I hate old thing, I only like new thing. You know me, wait. Wait. My opinion on games can be expressed with, how do I... This image here. How is that good? I want gobbledygoo! That guy is me. It's good. Well, whether you like it or not, very subjective. You think Tears of the Kingdom is overhated? I have never seen anyone hate it, except for me. I hate it. I like Breath of the Wild a lot more. See, that's similar rational hatred, or well, not rationalized hatred, but like rationalized. This is better than that. Because they're like, well, Tears of the Kingdom is just Breath of the Wild with more stuff. It has to be better. Really? Okay, well, it's not a terrible game. It's just I personally hate it. In large chunks due to the cosmetics you find in the underground. In somebody's opinion, I see only like new things. So you're not good? The stars are always not poorly designed? Yeah, I can see a lot of poor design in it. Like, that Mips forest with all the invisible walls, that's kind of bullshit. Mad Musical Madness, that's pretty much bullshit. The first Bowser level being such a difficulty spike, I remember that's bullshit. But also, there's something special about like exploring the castle, which I think that's really what makes it feel so good. Like, it evokes the same feeling as Mario 64, with like getting deeper into the castle, and the castle has secrets everywhere. Look more open approach to puzzle solving. See, from me, my Tears of the Kingdom experience was that every puzzle had the same solution. So it didn't feel like puzzle solving at all, it just felt like a more sluggish version of platforming to me. There's this one dungeon with fire. Not fire. The one with the minecarts in the volcano. And there's not a single puzzle I did in that. I just platformed my way through it. It just felt like a clunky platform in that sense. Yeah, I mean, that's the best part of Breath of the Wild too, right? Being creative. But in a way, you need limitations to really be creative. And if you just have like 2 or 3 options that are completely overpowered, then it kind of takes away the opportunity to be creative. Yeah, I thought a lot of them did. Like, Magnesis and Recall as a combination is just so overpowered that it kind of like takes out a lot of the puzzles. I would not have been able to complete the game if I hadn't found the early version just because I wouldn't have fun without the battery upgrades. Yeah, not having batteries also. Actually, no. You know what? The worst part about it is that your creations just despawn, like your Zonite. That was the most fun part of the game, and they didn't let you play with it. It was so expensive to play with it that it's like basically never worth it. And then even when you do play with it, it just disappears. That's a tragedy. Memory bar? I do. Okay, you know what else? This is a very minor thing, but the fact that it's so bad, the selling. Like selling items in Tears of the Kingdom for rupees. Why do I have to sell everything one by one? Is there anything in better announcements where less dungeon and some more like niche survival tools? Some of them? I mean, the 2 types of bombs definitely makes one of the 2 bombs niche. But Magnesis definitely felt very useful. The freezing is... Honestly, I like the freezing as an ability. It's like so innocent, and like it can combo with stuff. It's good. I think maybe this is a good guideline, where it's like, if you give players utility, make sure that each individual piece of utility is really weak. Because if you make it strong, then it's just very easy to break everything. Hello, Solace too cool. These only gets used on designated items though, like Immersion Ultra Hand is a physics tool. Yeah, but that made Ultra Hand way too good, right? I mean, that's why you have the recall Ultra Hand thing, where it's just, you can do whatever. I assume that's why they made it only work on designated metal items, because they knew, like, okay, this is actually way too much if you can use it on everything. I also have a 3D Mario. It's not fair challenge. The game is difficult because it's poorly made. Ooh, okay. I mean, it's definitely a lot more difficult than any official game. What is the song? Final Fantasy XIII soundtrack. Remember what the concept of Star Wars is? Starrett, for many people, I think is still like the only hack that feels like Mario 64. So the consensus of it is very good. But that's the consensus in like the public's eye, I think. The consensus in the community's eye is the thing I mentioned, where it's like, oh, this is old and doesn't have all the quality of life upgrades, therefore it's bad. But I disagree with that thinking too. I think unlocking your survivors is completed. You have to find a treasure map, you have to unlock the ice cap, you have to go on the other side of the world, and the player needs to complete the lighthouse. That's a thinker. You have to unlock the ice cap. Yeah, you kinda do have to unlock the ice cap for all this. The lighthouse definitely should be easy to complete. You also kinda get the cloud cap this way. Maybe we just need to make really sure that the ice cap's easy to unlock. Well, my game diverges a lot more from Mario 64's formula than the Star Road. I do think it's in a more enjoyable way, but you know, if you're in this for like, I like Mario 64 and I want more Mario 64, then Star Road is maybe more well suited. Yeah, we need to make it really obvious how to find the ice cap. You're right, Tea Time. Mario 64 code and assets left. Well, there's a little bit of Mario 64 code left. Just today I ripped out another piece of it. I do plan before release to go over everything and make sure that, you know, stuff like this, VP, like shit like this just goes. Because that's just a remnant of Mario 64 that no one needs. And eventually we'll be at 0% Mario 64 code. So that will be nice. And like refactor codes to actually fit with my code guidelines, like would do stuff like that. That's the nice part about working alone on a project. You can just make refactors and no one cares. Definitely as a patch Akire, just to be safe. Yes, Daily Darfox. And that also is the reason why I need 0% original code. If I make my own game, I have to replace Mario even with my own character. Fortunately, programming a player character is very easy. The only difficult part about it is like programming the collision. And I've already done that. So I don't think that making my own player character would take very long. Apart from animations. All the animation work is going to be a lot. But I have help. You have a character design? We have been workshopping a little bit for quite a while now. But it's not finalized yet. I'm not 100% on it. It's like, I think we have something decent, but it's missing the special something. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Feeling, you know, that reminds me of something. How's that game called? Renegade or something? N64 style? Relegate? I'm just gonna go to N64 style friendly game. Pseudo Regalia. This is has that effect where it's like people see the main character and they're very attracted to the main character. And the game itself looks very poopy, but because they like the main character, that game is very popular. How do you and the team go making textures look N64-esque? BioBack often makes a 3D model and pre-renders it into a texture. A lot of them are also from Minecraft texture packs. Mario's gonna stay in Return to Yoshi's Island. There's might be a separate game with my own custom character. Sybil has realistic design. For example, how that can impact the game. To be honest, I was looking at that and I was thinking like, okay, the fact that people are attracted to this is like the main reason people like this game. But maybe that says more about me than about the people. I think we killed part 7. Yep. So we're gonna make this the Lighthouse. Hello, Benjamin. Will Luigi be playable or will be an NPC like Mario? There's a good chance that he will be playable. Oh, I see, Delphox. I haven't played it, so I wouldn't know. I just thought it looked kinda poopy. And then also, watched someone play this for 5 minutes, so that's my entire impression. But I saw it advertised as like an N64 style game, but then it has like per pixel lighting, and it looked like the N64 style was just like an excuse to not put much work into the visuals. Because like it wasn't really N64 style, what I saw. Hello, XPM. The movement is really good. Okay, that's good. So maybe that's also a big contributor as to why people like the game. And that's why I think it's praise right, but the rest made in only a few months and it goes to show how you can get making a game if you prioritize the parts that matter. True, yeah, yeah. And then I'm doing after RTY is finished. I don't know, make YouTube videos, collect money, and chill with my family. Maybe make more games. So that is finally getting fixed. Graham said he might make a texture, so if he makes a texture, it's finally getting fixed. But you know what? Just for everyone's eyeball's sake, I am going to fix it right now. It's fixed. Then use a rewritten audio code? For what? Yeah, exactly, Kondo. And I get it. I mean, making like the AAA art style is so time consuming that it would be impossible for an indie dev to make a game at all. You have 7 ads? You're getting scammed by Twitch. Maybe you should just subscribe to the channel so you don't get any ads. $12,000, okay, that's a big one. Just easier voice eraser, just more simple to work with than the new API. Okay, that's fair. It's definitely a lot easier to work in my audio code. If you look at mine, Fret for sound, the whole thing is just 3,000 lines. Compared to vanilla, where it's like, actually, this is not even 3,000 lines, like 500 of those is dialogue. More like 2,000 lines. Dialogue and tables. It's a lot easier to work with for sure. Sorry. I like the harmonica. If someone ripping out the God of Mars, so will you be going for the developers next? The developers are next. No one is safe. Songs from Lonely Cowboys 2025 edition. I don't know, Dark Wings. The thing is, even if I was not making a game anymore, my YouTube channel is so profitable right now with all the sponsors that I would be making videos for like eternities to come until it's dead. We're gonna kill that channel. Please don't. Bro, we're gonna turn into fucking Veritasium. Clickbait bullshit. Are they still so bad? Let me see. The perfect battle material is dangerous. The strange math that predicts almost anything. Yeah, I'm sure that's real. The obviously true theorem no one can prove. Well, that's not obviously true then. God, I hate this channel. I used to like it. I only hate it because I used to love it. See, you can't really hate something without the first having been loved, you know? See, one project I really want to make is, so maybe you remember the first Mario 64 I ever made, Mario 64 Madness, was made in 2 weeks and had 122 stars. I think it would be cool to make another project like that, but have it run on N64. Give me links from this one for sure. I don't think I have another one of this size in me. I replaced my dick with an A-powered mecha penis and this is what happened, and the thumb says, it's doing it by itself. Yeah, except I have to bring the N64 into it somehow. Yes, Darkwiz. No, Ted, I'm not doing that. But if you're lucky, we could get the static recompilation, which is basically everything you described without any of the stupid bullshit of what you described. Why not make your own emulator? I mean, what we could do is we could take Luna's Project 64 and bundle my ROM with it, and then you would just have to double-click Luna's Project 64 and it would be set up and ready to go for you, with the correct settings hard-coded into it. I think that would be fine. But yeah, I'm definitely not making an emulator from the ground up. No, it isn't. Making it is easy. I do it all the time. What is Luna's Project 64? Basically, there's an emulator called Project 64 1.6. This was made in 2008. And this emulator for the longest time has been the emulator the Mario 64 community has used for everything Mario 64 related. And there have been tons of attempts to replace it, but all those attempts have had issues in a way. So Luna's Project 64 is kind of just that emulator, but updated. So that, you know, the security issue is gone and like some other things are easier or better. The idea is that this way no one needs to update to an emulator they don't like. Obviously it's still based on like Project 64, I think. So it has many of the same issues. Didn't you work at... I still work at Gears for breakfast. I think the N64 is just hard to emulate because of its weird architecture. See, the GameCube... at the time the GameCube happened, hardware was actually strong enough to do 3D games. When the N64 happened, clearly it wasn't. They had to make like a ton of nonsense, not nonsense, but like a ton of hacks to get the console to run at all. Starting guys run at a higher frame rate, is everything just interpolated? It's just interpolated. Which makes it a higher frame rate. But the way it's interpolated is different than what you might think. Like, it's not the stupid movie AI interpolation bullshit or anything like that. They actually interpolate the rendering matrices. So what you get is pretty realistically close to what you would get with a higher frame rate if the game was programmed for it. The thing is, you can't just put the frame rate of a game higher. Let's take Mario Kart for example. Let's say the game runs at 30 FPS normally, I don't know what it runs at, but let's say you make it run at 60 FPS. Now if you run all the same code, obviously your game is twice as fast. If you run all the same code, but like half the velocity in the end, you still don't get the same result because acceleration curves are going to be different. The acceleration is going to happen at twice the rate, so the integral is going to be larger. And there's issues like that everywhere. So kind of no matter what you do, you cannot get games run at a higher frame rate just by, doing a thing that applies to every game. You have to edit every single game individually. Will my name still be in the credits for the final thing? I believe I put you in. Let me check. You are. Shoutouts to all contributors, XPM-Textures. You are in here. So the doc on the beach. Can my name go in the credits as doc conceptualization? There has to be a minimum threshold to where a contributor ends, because otherwise we're gonna have people that gave me advice in high school to be like, always be true to yourself or some shit like that, and they have to be like, well, this guy inspired me. So the line is, if you have made an asset or anything that actually makes it into the game, then I put your name into the credits. Do you need any new textures? Probably. That's like the entire intro. Oh, no, that's not the intro anymore. I think you missed it. We have a different intro. Bio made a cinematic for this. Have you seen Bioback's cinematic for the intro? It is so good. Let me find it. It's the storyboard. Mario are chilling in their house, and then knock, knock, knock. Hello, here's a letter. Mario, Dinosaur Land is in danger. Let me tell you how it happened. It was a beautiful day on Yoshi's Island. The Super Happy Tree had blessed us with a big gift. Unfortunately, it was a trap. All the Yoshis on the island were captured at the same time. Well, all the Yoshis except me. I was busy working somewhere. I watched Bowser fly away with all my friends. Everyone is gone. I can't do anything. So Mario, please help us. Return to Yoshi's Island. Cinema. Story seems kind of dark. I was thinking that too. But I'm not really sure how we can make that any better. We kind of need Bowser to be like a ruthless capitalist in this level. That's important to me. Is there a reason for Bowser to capture the Yoshis? Yeah, he puts them to work in his factories. Horror games never had dark stories. Super Galaxy everyone dies. Oh. But won't they die? No, they don't die. Bowser's just making them work and build his ships and stuff. They don't die, they just get enslaved, basically. Yoshi sweatshop level. I mean, there is a level with Yoshi's working and therefore sure sweating. Praga B? Praga B, I see. As in a parody of Praga U, Praga University. That's how I'm understanding it. Is it even legal for them to call themselves a university? It feels like it should be illegal. Because they're just not, right? Bowser in the mine course? Nah, Bowser is not in the mine course. Return Yoshi Slave Master? What? Bowser's a little ruthless in this game, what can I say? He's out for profit. Praga U is federally funded? That is so funny. So what if the way this level worked is the camera was just statically in the middle here? And you had to like climb around the outside doing wall kicks and stuff to get to the top. Do you think that would be fun? I think it would be. Say that again? No. ETC type deal? I guess kinda. Like a 2D level? Well, not quite 2D, but almost. Let's see what fun platforming we can put in here. Let's start it this way, so that no matter which way you go, you're gonna have a good start. Why would we have random generated obstacles? We're not Pikmin 2. We're not making the same mistake as Pikmin 2. I have not made a micro preference. If you had a micro preference in what I said, then that is your own personal brain rot. What is this 6-7 thing? I said 6-7 in my last video, and people were like cases saying brain rot, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is 6-7? How's it brain rot? Can't even fucking say numbers anymore. Yeah, don't worry, it won't be too punishing. You're gonna be mostly going around the outside, and there's going to be a safe ground, like, every couple meters. The game's gonna people fucking hate, and a kid shouting it became a meme. People hate a game score? Huh? It's basically the same as mid? Oh, because like a 6 to 7 rating is mid? Is that the idea? Just a number that people say. I'm getting mixed signals here. 6-7S chat. Did I use it right? I have not decided on that yet, tea time. It feels wrong to have like a final level, real final level, real final level, you know? See, your joke, but I actually was thinking that the final level in 64 land was too easy and I wanted to be more difficult. And people were like, no, that level was too difficult. So I don't know what to believe anymore. To the Romic difficulty syndrome, that's true. But for the final level? I mean, come on. Just the final level? As a treat? It would be like a challenge that the average player spends 10 hours on. That's how you generate memories, you know? Header says it reminds me of this. Yeah? It's kind of a nice section. I don't hate it. Oh no. What happened? What happened? Yeah, that sounds cool, Delphox. We can probably do something like that. It was not the camera setup. What was it? What did we change? Nothing, right? What did I change to break it? Maybe if we used a better emulator? Hello, Zena. Infinite loop? How come? That's the idle thread. I did not. Look at this, Zena made this script for course 9. This is gonna lead to the Wing Camp level. I changed the UVs of this slightly because it looked weird before. Wow. Yep, I made it weirder somehow. What the hell? There we go. your trip, right? Little did you know it was evil baby. What's the crypt for? It's for a baby Yoshi. Well, no one's actually inside here, but this is like a warp. You go there and Mario jumps into it. Okay, so something here seems to crash, and I'm not sure what it is. That would certainly do it. Where's the render inf BG? What? Huh? About pregnant women on baby blankets? Well, it would be closer to putting toddlers on the baby blanket. And is that really so weird? Like, baby blankets have Pokemon on them. Oh, I exported the wrong level. That's why. I want to make clean. There we go. I'm just gonna make clean, and then it's gonna work. That bug was not real, I just exported the wrong level. Rewrite in a Rust? True, that will fix everything. Why didn't I think of that? You must be a genius. There we go. Okay. Well, this feels like an optical illusion. Maybe if I make the whole thing a little smaller, it will feel a little better. Yeah, I think we gotta make the whole thing a lot smaller. There's a good chance it will support many languages, yes. Obviously, I am not going to make all the languages, but I probably will make a German version. And I think Bioback wants to make a French version, and Riona wants to make a Spanish one. So that's a couple languages covered. Okay, well, I said I'm gonna make it smaller. Did I not? Hello, Polaris. But I meant the whole lighthouse. I did mean the whole lighthouse. I already shrunk the whole lighthouse. It's already done! I'm 2 steps ahead of you. Thank you, I'm trying to do my own C++ 3D render and you're a huge inspiration. I'm sure my videos will help a lot if you watch the one on render matrices, for example. It's a good intro to the subject. You know what they say, the more the merrier. I don't know what you said, the more the better, but I agree. I don't want this to be too difficult, so we're just gonna do that. Hello, Xeraclom. Let's have the player go around here. I think that works. And then here we can do another small wall kicking section. Are we still in the overworld? Yeah, the overworld is gigantic. So we're gonna be in the overworld for a while. We are almost done with part 3 out of 15 in the overworld, so this is quite the project. Open world pitfall? Wait, what is that? What is an open world pitfall? We'll make the lava go up. No! There was this one Final Fantasy song that drove me fucking insane every time I heard it. Oh yeah. Dun 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 dun. You know that song? I hope that doesn't play. I am going to lose it if it plays. Come on, game. Chocobo's Dungeons. Nothing about bangers. So the dun 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 is not in the game. You know, when they just play the fucking whole keyboard from left to right and then from right to left. Ah, fuck. Four, 2, 4, 8. What the fuck am I saying? 4, 2, 4, 8. Okay, I'm right. I don't know what that was. I had a little bit of a stroke. Yes, I think we should have some windows to put light into here and make this look nice. This is a bit hard to see, but if we use windows in the correct places, I think that's fine. This jump is a little too difficult. Is this jump fine? I'm not sure. I think I have to move this down a little bit. Yeah, I like the camera. This seems like a worthwhile section to the player. Nope, they're not facing inwards at all. That's a little bit of an optical illusion. With a little bit of a built-in shortcut here. If you're brave enough. Makes you feel claustrophobic. What? Having the camera move far away, maybe? Does feel very close to Mario. I mean, we could try to move it onto the other side, but I think the camera moving around like that would feel very bad. We don't have a texture yet. How can I change the texture when there is none yet? It's a lighthouse. How do I make this jump less difficult? Do we just connect it? I could just connect it. I think I might just have to connect it. We could connect only one side, but that's a little bit evil. You know what we could also do? We could just remove one side of this whole thing, so there's only one way to get up, but I think I like the symmetry. And then I wanted a window in here. We could align the windows with those quads here. I think that could look good. Ew. The windows themselves are not aligned. The middle. Like so. Finger still rotates around the center, and I think it's worth a try. No, I don't want to just slide the camera onto here. I'd have to add that functionality to the engine, and I don't think it's gonna be good. A slidey camera like that is just ugh. So nothing wrong with a bit of camera trolling, making the player stay worse. Nothing wrong with, you know, just torturing your player. Developers need to have fun too, they're also humans. Oh, this is a very unfitting window. Hello, Rex Wrath. Could you give me a list of homies so I know whether I'm on the list? So I can appropriately respond to your question. Inquiry. Prompt. Okay, these all look terrible. Cool. Balan Wonderworld. Dude, I played like one level of Balan Wonderworld with Zena. It was bad. Oh my god. Jordan, you just brought back memories of that one. You guys, if you've played, I think Donkey Kong 64, you know what I'm talking about. That one long wooden log that's like at the top of a room with like a little platforming section to it, where you are Diddy Kong and you have to walk past the log. Do you know what I mean? I think you know exactly what I mean if you know Donkey Kong 64. Which world? I think it's Aztec Land or something. You know what I'm talking about? I am glad. To be honest, I've never completed Donkey Kong 64. I remember I played the game, I got to the point where there's the clown box that jumps from platform to platform, and I got so annoyed at having to wait for the vulnerable phase that I just stopped playing. Damn, if even the person that 100%ed it multiple times rages at it, I think I was very justified. Stop being so negative? No. Okay, fine. I'll say something nice about Donkey Kong 64. It's got a banger vibe. The intro is very cool. The intro is like peak video games. Banjo's much better? I don't know. I never played much Banjo. I should have played Banjo. I think I would have fun with it. I just never did. I'm just leaving this as a note for myself. Wouldn't it sort of good if they were round with pure white light? Eh? I like this color of light. Just take another look, see if it feels fine. Guys, when is it should be possible to see out to the overworld through the window? I'm not doing that. Well, Donkey Kong 64 has a lot of cultural significance still today, right? Like, the charm of the game is clearly what makes it, not so much the gameplay. It's kinda interesting that the charm of the game is what people remember, and not really the moment-to-moment gameplay. It feels like games nowadays have the opposite thing going on, where they care more about moment-to-moment gameplay than overall charm. Seems any other volunteers against them is just saying, well, I don't have the technical power of a Nintendo Switch. I think this is a little bit of an unfair comparison. You know what we actually do have over Nintendo Switch games though? Our animations of background characters don't go into low FPS mode. Alright, I think doing it this way, with just one big switch at the top that will start a cutscene of the top of the lighthouse turning. So that's still something we have to do. We have to put like a big thing here with a light, and then once you press the switch, this level here loads, the whole light turns, and World 5 opens up. That's good. I would say before we do that, we should work on the ice cap. It doesn't have textures yet, XPM, so don't worry about that. What if the camera looks up at the ceiling of the room? Then you can't see Mario. I would say there's a problem. Anyway, so the plan was once you have collected enough stars, there would be a treasure map you can find somehow. The treasure map will have instructions like go here, do 3 backflips, ground pound, and you'll find the ice cap level or something. Just don't make it star-gated. Well, my initial plan was that it would randomly appear at some point. But considering how important it is that you find the ice cap immediately, I was thinking there would just be a message in the bottle here immediately. Like, there would be a message in a bottle thing, it would sparkle, so you'd be very inclined to collect that. And once you collect it, it gives you instructions on how to find the ice cap level. I think that is the correct way of doing it. And we also need to add to the overworld that if you've beaten Wario in this level here, he sells you a star for 1000 coins. Are there any? There's some places that are star-gated, like the first Bowser level, and the second Bowser level, and the third Bowser level, but that's about it. Oh yeah, Wario's sale thing. I think I'll have Zena make the model for that, where Wario sells you a star. Message in the bottle. We need to think of a puzzle for the message in the bottle too. Let me think about it. What would it look like? Should reference things that actually just exist in the world. Something like stand at the palm and face the entrance to the spooky cave, and then turn around and do 5 backflips, and then do a ground pound. Something like that is what we want. I'm just thinking, is there a good way of doing it? We could put like a special landmark here. Like a landmark just for the thing. Something in the middle of here would be very good. Something that is here naturally. Maybe something that even is kind of shaped like an X. Wow, that was not good. What a natural formations that a pirate would remember. Let's see. Nature highlights. We're not doing that, Zelda. Why is it hair? What is this? A pond? Okay. It's all just fucking mountains. Nature spots? Nature landmarks. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for landmarks. Natural landmarks. Unless we're gonna have a float animation, kind of bobbing up and down in the water. No, they're kind of touching the floor here. That's why they won't. They're on the floor. How come humans have evolved in a way where we think our mountains are cool? Makes no sense. A bridge is cool. This is not real, right? That's pretty cool. Mountain is fear predators, but there's also no food. Actually, aren't there mountain lions on mountains? I guess we can eat those. Hello, AP. Katze, you're calling me Katze? I'm assuming that's autocorrect. It's going pretty well. Look at this. This guy won't let us in. What an asshole. Okay, I'm thinking for a natural landmark, we could put maybe a little rock formation here. And then the treasure map could be like, step on the rock formation and look at the volcano. It's gonna be hard to figure out which volcano I mean. Yeah, you have to trick Wario. You have to... Well, you can crawl through there, or you can, you know, do that. But the intended way is to crawl through here. Hawk Rock? Oh, you mean like the Yoshi's Island penis cells? We should be adding those, yes. Understandable, AP. Maybe a little lake, like a puddle? I feel like if we wanted to have a permanent marking, a piece of rock makes the most sense. You know, like Stonehenge, but Yoshi's. Yoshi-henge. What does Stonehenge look like? Yeah, like a Yoshi way of Stonehenge. Surely they would do something cool with it. model. I haven't shown this in like an hour. I think you're way behind Graham. Why is the swing a Pentagon? I feel like Hexagon is worth the extra tries. No. It's so small. We're not adding random quicksand here. No, I think a rock formation, but then I'm thinking of how the hint should work. If we add those hills from Yoshi's Island... Let me see those. We could have the player target one of those. You know, these cells? We could have some of these cells in the background. So, if we had like one rock you stand on, and then there's the hills in the background here, and then we tell the player, stand on the rock, face the hill, and then do 3 backflips, and then do a ground pound. It is Final Fantasy. We're listening to Final Fantasy 13. Basalt column. Let me look at what that looks like. What the hell? That's real? That's crazy. There's actually just hexagons. Okay, how about we see if we can pull off a good version of these hills first, and then we put like 3 hills here. And then we tell the player, face that hill, do 5 backflips, and do a ground pound. Not every player knows how to do backflip. Then what else is it gonna be? That would be cute, Graham. That is a detail for maybe later. For now, we want to get like the main gameplay done. Three steps forward. And what is a step? Think about it. What is a step? Can you give me an answer to something that is a step and it's unambiguous? I don't think you can. We could even give a backflip tutorial in the treasure map. How about that? A punch is consistent, a jump kick is not. Honestly, giving the breakdance a use wouldn't even be so bad. I think people would love it if that move actually ever did anything. Honestly, this is only 60 triangles. We can easily add a bunch of these here. Yep, I think I like these cells. Now, how do we make the model for these? The ones from the Overworld in the first demo looked horrible. I'm not using those. What sphere? Oh, I see. I mean, is that really so different from what I'm doing here? I guess I can see the argument for something like this. Yeah, that's a lot rounder at little cost. Dude, what's with the lighting here? There we go. I doubt it's more efficient than this. This should be max efficiency. I mean, if you can prove me wrong, that would be pretty awesome. Yoshi's Island watercolor level? No, we're not changing the entire visual style just for one level. I think I'll need Xeno to make a texture for this. Yes, Biobank is working on the ice cap. Right on the bottom. No, it's just like that on purpose. That's kind of what they look like. You'll see, I think. I hope. If you don't see, then I can still change it. How do you even make this texture? What? I'm just making one. Your Super Mario 2 theme level, you broke your own rule. How? There's one retro section in every level. That's the current rule. Like it's very telegraphed and how we do that. Stop! It comes before Mario Sunshine, chronically. Stop. Their face is wider. Yeah, that's not quite right. They do look crudely drawn, but not this horrific. I hate this. I wish I could still use Photoshop. Okay, I think this kind of works. How do you invert colors in GIMP? There has to be a hotkey. Looks like they're white in the middle though. Yeah, don't worry, we'll solve that with UV mapping. Okay, the noise input is pretty bad. We do not want the noise input. Lesson learned. That looks so ass. You could paint the... Yeah? That would be awesome. Then I don't have to do this. This is the reference. I want all three of those in the three colors. I mean, ideally this would work via vertex colors, but honestly, I don't know how to do this. Oh, you have a quad sphere? Let me take a look at that. You sent me a quad sphere. Well, art sets are hard to look at, especially when I'm not a texture artist at all. Really, I'm just hoping to get something that is good enough that Biobag understands my idea. But if Graham can do it right away, that's even better. You can model them, Graham. It's fine either way. I suspect you prefer to model them yourself. Although keep in mind, mine are only 45 triangles. So that is a good triangle guideline. So I'm guessing you meant like this for the top? I don't know. Huh, that's kind of crazy how this looks. It's better than I thought it would. How does it compare to like an icosphere? Not using icosphere. It looks rounder than a one division icosphere, and it's lower probably than two divisions, so that makes sense. We can afford the 15 triangles. I'm actually more worried that we're gonna run out of memory in this area here at some point. Honestly, with a proper second texture, this wouldn't even look horrible. If only I had something. Wow, terrible. Will Zelda be around the whole island or just that part? Possibly around everything. I'm not sure yet. I'll just leave it like this for now, since Graham will just make something better anyway. And then right here we want some sort of rock formation. And then the hint can just be like, look at that and do 5 backflips, do a ground pound. Well, actually I want the thing to be here, so maybe look at that, turn around, do 5 backflips. It would be nice if we had some sort of visual hint here too, something that marks the spot, really. Shine blue Diglett, kinda. Yeah, just breakdance 5 times, that will get you from A to B. $30 Alright, that's pretty good. I don't know how long it would take me to make a decent version of this. This is part of Fast64, which is a plugin I use and not something I made. It is community made. Like the Mario 64 community made this together. We're actually so lucky that the Zelda hackers started working with the decomp, because the Zelda hackers always had much better ROM hacking tools, and now that they also work with the decomp, we get to profit off of that. I don't know what it is, man. Something about Zelda hackers just makes it so that they're way more talented than the Mario 64 people. On average, of course. We're talking averages. There are many things I could do, and even more that I don't want to do. Easter Island ones are ones of those that I do not want to do. It's such a random idea. The problem is, there's many random ideas, and we can't add them all to the game. At this point, I think we have inflated the scope enough. We are done scope creeping. So now it's all just finishing the plans we already have. I will probably do a playthrough of it on my main channel. Mario 64 for inflation? That's already in Mario 64 DS. Nintendo gave this to you. Probably should have UV mapped these first, but oh well. I guess they're different enough that it's fine. Do you have your own eye texture from library? No, I don't. I have no eye texture. I mean, you just saw me try to draw it, and my attempt was pathetic. Nice, nice. That's good. I think this will give us the best visuals. Oh, I definitely don't want that. Whoa, what's this tool? That was weird. Hmm. Can I make a triangle on this texture? That's kind of not horrible. I think that is decent. This will be our stone formation here. And then this part here. Easy. They kind of look like wood. Maybe that's the color? I don't really see the wood. The shadowy bit. No, it's kind of ambient occlusion. It's kind of always like that. I don't know the physical reason behind it, but it usually looks a lot better when you do it. Yeah, now we can be like, if the hint there is like, stand on the wooden, on the rock transformation, look at the thing, turn around, and do 7 backflips. And then it's here. That's perfect. Plus the rocks kind of break up the complete emptiness of this a bit. I'm using Luna's Project 64. Babsia moment. It is a Babsia moment. That's basically the same idea. Yep, next we need to make the message in a bottle. But for now, I believe I am done. And I will be cancelling the stream now. Bye-bye. We're done here. Bye-bye.